Cool Math Games is the go-to website for all the best fun and thinking games. For over 20 years, Cool Math Games has provided players of all ages with a virtual arcade of over 1,000 games. So if you're looking for a place to train your brain and have a ton of fun, check out coolmathgames.com or find them on the App Store.
And he's probably been one of the most supportive figures in my YouTube career. And if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would actually be here today, to be honest with you.
Matt, could you brag a bit about yourself and talk about your experience on and off the Roblox platform, and really just talk about who you are and what you've done?
Hello, my name is Matthew, though most of you probably know me as ObliviousHD or just Matt. If we're going to go back from the very start, so 10 years ago, this is actually my 10-year anniversary on Roblox this week. So
really?
I started Roblox 10 years ago. I was playing Cool Math Games, funny enough. I was on their website and I saw this advert for Roblox. It was mind-blowing because it was the first ever 3D multiplayer game I'd ever played. So I got my brother. I am actually an identical twin. You probably know him as the guy who made HD Admin. He also develops the games alongside me. We also produce games on Roblox based off the movies from my YouTube channel, and we currently have accumulated over, I'd say 105 million place visits.
Really?
Which is it's actually quite a big part of both of our income. Most people, I reckon, would imagine my income's from YouTube, but it's actually from Roblox games. This is why I love Roblox, because there's so much opportunities you can do on it. You can do graphics design, you can create games, you can animate, you can produce your own videos. It's like endless possibilities. But me and my brother, anyway, we played Roblox from 2010 to 2013, just as casual gamers like anybody else. It was in 2013 and it was on the Christmas holidays that we got a bit bored playing games and we wanted to create a game. We worked every single day in the Christmas holidays. We'd get really early and we were working on this boat ride game. Well, we worked on that for like 3 weeks straight, but we needed people to play our game. So I came up with the idea to make a YouTube video. And this is when I learned to actually edit videos and create videos for the first time. So I went on YouTube and learned how to use Vegas Pro, which is actually still the editor I use to make my videos to this day. I ended up releasing this trailer for Boat Ride, which is still on my channel. So obviously, this is what got me and my brother hooked into Roblox. As he went on to develop loads of games, and I went on to then produce loads and loads of more YouTube content.
What would you consider your biggest accomplishment on or off the Roblox platform? So it could be a game that you made or a YouTube channel. What is your biggest accomplishment to date? I
have a few successful games, and obviously the YouTube channel is doing very well, and I'm super grateful for that. But I honestly think my biggest accomplishment is the actual community me and my brother have managed to build from Roblox. For example, last week, one of my fans, they created a plushie toy from scratch based off one of the characters from The Last Guest. And it's incredible the amount of effort my fans would put into producing new stuff. I also have other fans who send me loads of incredible graphics designs and drawings and paintings. One fan, for example, she made a Last Guest Halloween costume. She made it from scratch, which it's incredible. I'd never seen it before. I'm just mind blown that I have fans that amazing who are that dedicated to the actual community and to the movies and the whole stories in general.
So Skeleton Lord asks, what role does your twin brother play in the creation of these movies?
Yes, my channel wouldn't exist without my twin brother, if that's the question. He does a lot of the technical stuff. He's a programmer and UI designer, so he does so much of the stuff which I couldn't do. So for example, in The Last Guest in the Warzone scene, there was like explosions, just loads of other effects and whatnot. He was in charge of all that. So he helped me big time in being able to produce a lot of the stuff for my films.
If you could describe your story up until today with just 1 or 2 words, what would those words be and why?
In 2 words, I would say arduous but fulfilling. So obviously arduous, it's very, there's a lot of things which go on behind the scenes. It's very difficult and it can be very tricky at times, especially those days where I'm like up at like 3 a.m. just trying to tackle voice actors or working on this really difficult scene. It can be very stressful. And I think a lot of that was due to have an impact on my social life, obviously because I dedicated a lot of my time to the last guest movie. I'd say definitely don't do that. It's not a good idea. I've learned from that and I've now managed to create a plan and I actually limit my time to how much I work. But it can be definitely quite arduous. The fulfillment definitely outweighs that. The feeling for when I actually release a video and just see people's reactions to the video. Watching reaction videos is quite interesting as well, but seeing your comments, your feedback, all of the creative parodies people create of my stuff. Like for example, I have a fan, she's called Bethany Animates or something. She created loads of animation parodies off of my work and they were really funny. They were really funny parodies based off the last guest. I really enjoyed them. So it's just seeing everyone's like response to my work and actually being able to produce something which millions of people see. It's just extremely fulfilling.
So could you walk me through some of the challenges you have faced, both personally and as a creator, on your journey to 2 million subscribers, millions of plays, millions of views?
My biggest challenge by far is being able to produce more videos within a shorter period of time. I find that's what my channel's always struggled with. I think it's a joke that, you know, if I get 1 video released a year, I'm doing pretty damn well, you know, as opposed to most YouTubers who actually release a video every day. I think I hear some YouTubers, they're like, gosh, I'm really sorry for not uploading a video in a week. And that's just me like, Jesus, if I uploaded a video every week, I'd be so happy. That's definitely my biggest problem. And I did actually try to tackle that last year, which it didn't go too well. There's obviously a lot of things going on behind the scenes, which is why I wasn't too active last year, which is why you didn't see me. I have been working on my channel nearly every single day. You just don't see a lot of the behind the scenes things. I tried to set up a full-time team. That didn't quite go to plan, and we did actually work on 2 movie ideas. One of them you'll know is Blocks Watch, which I wasn't personally happy with the final outcome, but I have learned from the experience, and I feel like as long as you learn, there's nothing wrong with failure. I kind of learned that I was very down for a bit of time, but I learned that it's okay to fail, because as long as you then learn from your mistakes, which is what I'm trying my best to do.
Was there ever a time in your YouTube career, your creator career, that you just thought this isn't worth it and you just wanted to give up?
Oh yeah, loads. I definitely Guessing 6. Halfway through Guessing 6, well, it's actually always halfway through a movie, I start to doubt myself. I start to think, well, this movie's not good enough. I need to make it better. For example, I'm doing that for Bacon Hair. It's very detrimental. I always lose a lot of productivity as I get halfway through the film, which can be it's very challenging working on, like, for example, 19 minutes of animation because it just takes so long. So yeah. I'm working on a project for so long and not being able to release it, so I start to question my abilities and myself. How I got through that, I'm very super lucky to have very supportive parents. I'd have to say it was actually my father. He encouraged me to keep going, and he's probably been one of the most supportive figures in my YouTube career. And if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would actually be here today, to be honest with you.
So chapter 3 is the future. So this is from Jalen. Is that Troy or Troj?
Jalen. Yes. Yeah, I know who she is, yeah.
Okay, so this is from Jalen. So what needs to be done until the release of Bacon Hair?
Of course, Jalen would ask me that. She knows I don't have an answer to that question, which is why she asked it. Because I generally don't want to give you a release date. I've made a mistake in the past of giving release dates. Well, for example, the Bacon Hair movie was originally meant to be 18 minutes long, and it's now going to be about 55 minutes, which is why I'm not giving a release date, because I don't even know myself at this point in time how long the movie's going to be.
So what are some resources that you would recommend for someone looking to get into animation, YouTube, game development? What are some resources that you would recommend?
Funny enough, literally YouTube. I learned everything. Everything I did, I learned from YouTube. And there's millions and millions of tutorials out there. Like I said before, my animator, Nymphy, he makes some really awesome animation tutorials. There's probably thousands and thousands of Blender tutorials on YouTube if you want to get into that as well. I'm just saying, use YouTube. Literally, don't use YouTube to procrastinate and watch cat videos and dog videos. Use it to learn.
What advice do you have for the audience watching right now?
Literally everybody has failed. All of these massive top game developers, they have produced games which have failed. I have produced movies which have failed, but it doesn't matter as long as you enjoy what you're doing and as long as you learn from your mistakes, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.